I'm back. So as a lot of you may know, I am a college student and I'm constantly doing homework, constantly doing assignments, constantly doing essays, constantly this and that. And I'm tired of it. And I'm done. I'm dropping out. I am pursuing my dream of YouTube 100%. Well, I wish I could say that. Like I want to do that, but at the same time, that's not really smart, and I do really enjoy what I do in school, so like I'm not gonna do that. But it did make me think all the sort of success stories that exist about those people who during college just sort of decided to drop out and pursue what they think is better. And I think I want to explore that. I want to see the good and the bad of that, and if I could really identify some sort of pattern and see what do they all have in common that I could take from it, and maybe I do drop out. Maybe I do become the next Jeff Zuckerberg. First phase is I got to do research, and then we're going to really see the pattern, and then we're going to evaluate. So let's get to it. After much research and a lot of deliberation, I finally come to the conclusion about what all these college dropouts have in common, what really comes down to the entire process of becoming a dropout. And so I've prepared a slideshow. Will you succeed if you drop out? That is the question we're asking. Dropping out, right? Think about it. Whoa. Don't think about this as like some sort of class presentation. I'm really telling you, 42 million people say they're college dropouts. Like they didn't even finish college. 20% more likely to be jobless. Like look at this. 20% more likely to be jobless. Like you will literally have no job. The chances are pretty high, right? Like that's scary. Let's look at the success stories, right? I just picked out a few because there's actually a decent amount. But we got Oprah, Brad Pitt, Bill Gates, and I have the reasons on why they did it. I think even from these bullet points, you can sort of assume, and to me it was pretty obvious. Like once I got to Oprah, then I got to Brad Pitt, then I got to Bill Gates, I was like, wait a minute. Like there's one thing that I can sort of tell they're all doing, which, believe it or not, the one thing that lets all these college dropouts get to the top of the top, an A-rank person. They knew what they were doing. Like they just didn't drop out for nothing. So they just had that sort of grounded understanding that the chances of what they're doing outside of college will do better than them being in college was 100%. You're gonna find that a lot of people sort of just drop out of college because it gets too hard, or it's so much stress on their plate, or it's just so much to handle, and all these sort of situations. But like that is sort of the premise of college. Like it's literally one big test to see like, hey, can you last this long for 4 years? Because with that degree, you're pretty much showing your employer like, hey, I have the ability to work on the same thing for 4 years straight and not give up. And so the employer's like, wait, we need that for us. Like we need an employee like that. And so when you kind of don't have that, you're sort of just showing the world like, I gave up, right? But the difference is that these people who succeeded is kind of like, I don't need this piece of paper to show that I can be dedicated and I can work hard for things. They sort of just had the idea and they had the plan. It wasn't necessarily the most guaranteed for sure, but it was a lot more sure than college itself. 9 times out of 10, they pretty much knew what they were doing. And so should you drop out? That's the question. And it really leads you to asking yourself, like, is there really something to drop out for? And how much confidence do you have? I mean, it's like really those two things. I would say if you don't really have a fallback plan, you don't really have a plan B, don't drop out. It just depends on what you want. It really depends on how you take it. Once you've asked yourself that question, don't just do it out of like a whim. Really understand the choices you have out of college, and if it's truly what you want, be the person you want to be. Live the life that you want. Do not live to other people's expectations or other people's lives. Live your own. But ultimately, it's your life. Do whatever you want. You can be a part of the 42 million or not. I just know I'm gonna stick with it. Yeah. Thank you for listening. On a serious note, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. I know that now I'm so much more grateful for being in college because I don't have to be worried about being jobless and a bum. So, yeah. See you guys.